These stacked fried steak sandwiches are my version of ones my family used to get at a truck stop diner in my small hometown in the South. Legend has it that Elvis and Marilyn Monroe ate there when they were going cross country. If they're good enough for Elvis and Marilyn, they're good enough for me. The key to this sandwich is thin steak. I'm using top sirloin and I'm showing you two thicknesses. The first is about an eighth of an inch thick. Since these are so thin, I just salt one side and then dip it in the seasoned flour, then in the egg wash, then back into the flour. Notice I try to use one hand for the dry and one hand for the wet. That just keeps it from getting too messy. The second time in the flour, try to really press it on. Once they're breaded, set them on a rack over a sheet pan. The second thickness is basically shaved steak. You can ask your butcher to do this. With either thickness, you could just freeze it for about 30 minutes and then shave it or cut it as thin as possible yourself. If you're using the thin pieces, bread them the same way as before. Once they're all breaded, put them in the refrigerator for at least 10 minutes or up to an hour. This lets the breading adhere better. And you can also get your other ingredients ready, like toasting the buns. If I'm in a hurry, I just toast mine in the broiler. To fry, put about a half an inch of vegetable oil in a large skillet and heat to 375. I use a small piece of steak to test it to make sure it's hot enough. Carefully lay in 3 or 4 pieces, but don't overcrowd the pan. Cook them for 2 or 3 minutes until they're getting golden on one side, and then turn them over. The thicker pieces may take a little longer. When they're done, put them on a tray lined with paper towels. If you're making quite a few, you can put them in a 200-degree oven to keep them warm. The reason for the two thicknesses is personal preference. Make the thicker slices if you like a meatier sandwich, but I like the thinner ones because you get more crust. Now you're ready to assemble. I put mayonnaise on the toasted bun, put lettuce, tomato, and then stack it high with the steak. I use about 3 pieces, but you do you. Enjoy! See you next time on Kimberly in the Kitchen.